You might have guessed from the images we've already shared that our next stop is the Philippines. After our stay in Nanjing, we took a high-speed train back to Shanghai, then boarded the super-fast maglev to Pudong Airport for our flight to Cebu City, arriving late into the night. Cebu, the second largest city in the Philippines, located on the island of the same name, bustles with over 900,000 residents. Known for its chaotic streets and intense traffic, Cebu City piqued our curiosity, as at the site where Portuguese explorer Fernão de Magalhães left two significant marks in the 16th century, Magellan's Cross and the image of the Santo Niño. As Portuguese, we were especially eager to explore these two historic landmarks. So, the next morning, a taxi took us to Plaza Sugbu. Here, we visited two important Christian landmarks, Magellan's Cross and the Basilica Minore del Santo Niño. As previously mentioned, Magellan's Cross was established by Portuguese explorer Fernão de Magalhães, also known as Ferdinand Magellan in English, in 1521. This significant event signified the introduction of Christianity in the Philippines, particularly on the island of Cebu. The cross is currently located in a small chapel adjacent to the Basilica Minore del Santo Niño, on a street named Magallanes Street in honor of the explorer. The chapel where Magellan's Cross is kept is a simple yet iconic structure with a roof that shelters the wooden cross. According to local tradition, the original cross is encased within another wooden cross to protect it from damage and to prevent further removal of pieces by devotees who used to believe in the cross's miraculous powers. Today, Magellan's Cross is a symbol of the Philippines' Christianization and colonial past. It's a popular spot for tourists and a pilgrimage site for Filipino Catholics reflecting on their faith's history. Locals often joke that if you are a white man in Cebu, they'll assume you're Portuguese, no matter your real nationality. Along with Magellan's Cross, one of the most significant contributions Fernão de Magalhães made during his expedition to the Philippines was the introduction of the image of the Santo Niño, or Holy Child Jesus. This revered image, gifted to Queen Juana of Cebu as part of her baptismal rites in 1521, is now enshrined in the Basilica Minore del Santo Niño, which stands as the oldest and largest church in Cebu City. The Basilica is an architectural masterpiece, embodying the lasting legacy of 16th century colonial architecture in the Philippines. Built on the spot where the image was originally presented to Queen Juana, the church has undergone several reconstructions due to fires and earthquakes over the centuries. Despite these challenges, it has remained a vital center of Christian worship and pilgrimage. The image of the Santo Niño is especially significant for Filipino Catholics. It is celebrated every third Sunday of January during the Sinulog Festival, a vibrant event filled with dancing, music, and religious processions. This festival not only draws local devotees, but also attracts thousands of tourists from around the world, highlighting the cultural and spiritual significance of the Santo Niño. Today, the Basilica Minore del Santo Niño houses the original statue of the Santo Niño, which is considered one of the oldest Christian relics in the Philippines. The statue is adorned in rich vestments and is encased in glass, allowing devotees to view but not touch the sacred artifact. For many, a visit to the Basilica is a pilgrimage, an opportunity to seek blessings, express devotion, and connect with the deep roots of Catholic faith in the Philippine archipelago. Later that day, we took another taxi ride to Oslob, our second destination in Cebu. The 100-kilometer journey from Cebu City to Oslob typically takes about 3 to 3.5 hours. The roads, which are narrow and often congested, wind through various villages and towns. Along the way, we observed that several sections of the road were undergoing expansion and improvement works. These enhancements clearly demonstrate a commitment to investing in infrastructure to boost tourism quality which is always a positive sign and indicative of a promising future. After a nearly 4-hour journey, with stops along the way to observe local scenes, we arrived at our seaside hotel, which allowed us to relax and capture images of the beach and its blue waters, as well as the traditional Filipino boats navigating nearby islands like Sumalan. Our hotel, managed by the friendly Lorene, not only provided immediate beach access and refreshments like beer, but also played a crucial role in organizing our next day's event, swimming with the whale sharks. Her impeccable management made the preparation for this exciting activity smooth and stress-free. The next morning we woke up early at around 6 a.m. and took a tuk-tuk to Oslob. By our arrival, more than 150 people were already in line. It's essential to arrive early as this event is very popular. After registering and receiving a number, we waited about 2.5 hours for our turn to board the boats and dive with the whale sharks.
Team winner hits 70 or 60. 70, 60 or 80. Depends on them.
The process involves, after being called by our number, donning life jackets and waiting on the beach for our boat. Once aboard, we joined a fleet of tourist boats and had the chance to jump into the water and see the whale sharks, which followed another boat dispensing their feed. Honestly, I had expected a more natural setting. Many tourists expressed concerns about the practice of feeding the whale sharks in Oslob, noting that it alters the animal's natural behavior and raises ethical questions about responsible tourism. Yet, once in the water with these immense cartilaginous fish, all else is forgotten, and the experience is profoundly worthwhile. We spent the rest of the day back at the beach near our hotel, departing the next day for Dumaguete. The boat trip to Dumaguete took about 20 minutes. We stayed just one night in Dumaguete, as our sole purpose there was to catch another boat to Bohol, our next destination, which we will share more about in future videos. So don't forget to subscribe to keep up with our journey through China and the Philippines. To conclude, here are some images from Dumaguete, highlighting the places we visited. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't seen our other videos about this trip, be sure to check them out. Take care and happy travels.